Northeast Podcast, WATP.
There's two things I really want to focus in on from Steel Toe this week. One is Johnny Krutches crying again. I have to talk about that. And then two is there's a new rule around the goal and begging. I don't know how long that's been in play, but I watched it this morning, so I wanted to show you guys that too. So there's a few things that I want to get into with our buddy Aaron Imholte. And thanks to Doom for clipping this for us. This is the other day, Johnny's on the show, and Johnny's pissed about the medical system. It hasn't gone well for him. And it starts out by there's conversation around voting, and Johnny's like, I didn't vote. I don't like any of these candidates. I'm not voting for them. I don't like it. And so Aaron was like, telling the chat, like, hey, let's give Johnny some shit for not voting. Am I right, guys? He's like sticking his elbow in the chat. He's like, what do you guys think? We'll give him some grief over here. And that seemed to backfire because Johnny was not having fun at all. Now, there's some important things in here. I don't want to just go past them, but it does go on for a while. So I did speed it up, but you'll get the gist of what Johnny's saying.
And if we had treated my condition as a preventative care thing, I literally would be as mobile as this asshat over here.
No, you're one of the heroes. We get it.
No, I'm not this pisses me off.
I'm just kidding.
This legit pisses me off. If the medical system wasn't, hey, we won't help you, and the medicine is thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and you can't afford it on your own, I would have gone into severe debt and gone up and down in health like a yo-yo, and I wouldn't be in a wheelchair right now.
I'm confused. What do you mean, like they didn't? I
mean, I worked like a regular person in a kitchen, and I didn't have coverage because I didn't qualify for coverage. I didn't have medical care. Insurance companies wouldn't give me medical care because, you've been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and you're a line cook? So I couldn't get medical coverage.
Is Aaron interested?
So I would work and get sick to the point where I would lose my job and go
it
into
almost looks like he's reading stuff.
Medically hospitalized. I would then lose my job, get benefits from the county and the state, get medical treatment and coverage, rehabilitate myself, get back to work, lose that coverage because I no longer qualify for it because I'm working, and then be told, well, you can get workman's comp. So there you go. This was back before Obamacare or any of that shit. And I was, again, denied or extremely inflated prices on any insurance I would try to get because I had a pre-existing condition. That went back and forth for 10 years until finally I qualified through the state to get disability because I was ground down to a wheelchair. And if we simply didn't have that system, I wouldn't
cry.
Is this why you didn't vote?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Dude, I'm kidding.
Always
I'm trying
caring.
It got really uncomfortable, so I'm trying to make it
Always be
funny.
caring.
Always be carrying this guy. You could tell that entire time, Aaron's just waiting for his time to get his quip in. And meanwhile, Johnny is talking about what a horrible experience he had with the medical system and how he wouldn't even be in a wheelchair right now if he had gotten the help that he needed at the time. We had to deal with all the bureaucracy and all the bullshit. Reminds me of that South Park episode from not too long ago.
navigating the hell?
Yes.
Right. Not to keep bringing up South Park references, but I watch it. So what are you going to do? And you could tell that Aaron is just sitting there going, all right, I got to turn this into comedy. I'm waiting for my spot and then I'll get my quip in there. And meanwhile, this was an opportunity. Like, Aaron's lost all of his friends. He recently was talking about this. He's lamenting about the fact that, wow, what happened in the last year? I used to have April and Corey and Billy, Joe and Stevie, what's his nuts? I don't know the characters on Steel Toe, but you get my point. He had a lot of people surrounding him. Now he doesn't have anyone. And except for Johnny Krutches.
Yeah. Now he's moving a wheelchair out from under a guy with MS.
Yeah, you could tell he doesn't give a shit about his emotional state. The guy's getting choked up. He's sad. And Aaron's like, well, let's turn this into comedy. Yeah. And after Johnny leaves, so he takes himself off the screen there, Aaron's got more jokes.
This country, dude. Holy shit. Are we going to get... I want to see Johnny turn off his camera. He turns it back on and he's dressed like Nikolai Volkov. he's got like the Soviet hat, like the fur hat on, and he's got like the CCCP t-shirt. He's like, Iran #1, America Hak Tui.
Good stuff. I like that.
That's a reference I don't get.
Well, in Aaron's mind, he's like, my audience wants me to bring the funny. No one expects that.
Yeah.
You could actually just go, guys, he's going through something right now, and lean into this. Like, this could be compelling broadcasting right here. He's completely missing the opportunity.
Yeah. You could explain to Johnny that you don't just vote for the president. You also vote locally where it affects you the most. So
that's true.
I mean, maybe you have another disability, Johnny.
But whatever. I don't care if the guy doesn't vote. And it wasn't really even about that. But in Aaron's mind, it's like, wow, he got really upset just because we were goofing on him for not voting. And here he compares himself to Howard Stern for some reason.
I remember Howard, like when Artie Lang threw shit at Teddy and they got in a fight in the studio. And Howard's like, I missed it. I don't know. How did it get there? I thought we were having fun. Like, I feel the same way as Howard always does. I'm like, I missed it. I thought we were joking around.
That is true. Howard is very aloof and doesn't give a fuck about his staff's feelings or what's going on outside of Robin.
I thought we were having fun about John. I thought Johnny didn't care about not voting. So I thought we could bust his balls about the not voting thing.
That's not what it was about. He wasn't even paying attention, apparently. Johnny wasn't crying because people are goofing on him for not voting. He was talking about the fact that he'd be able to walk today if he got the right medical care at the right time. And the bureaucracy is what fucked that all up. Aaron's not understanding any of that. And so now he has to compare it to wrestling. This is the guy who claimed I was the asshole for thinking that the April divorce was a work. The reason why I thought that is because everything to him is pro wrestling.
And now all of a sudden we got one of those promos where the tag team partner just walks off the stage, and now I've got to wrestle Kane in the Big Show by myself.
Is that what's happening? Is that what's going on, Aaron?
This is the guy who claims that everyone's riding his coattails to fame.
Right. He goes back and forth between being the small show and then being the biggest show. And then they're all talking about me because I'm a big show. He just said that this week.
Yeah.
Speaking of big show. So, all right. Johnny comes back on and Aaron has the solution to his problems. Blame the Jews. This is Aaron again, just turning that comedy button all the way to 10 so that Johnny snaps out of it.
Like I said.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I get anti-Semitic. It helps.
It's not an anti-Semitic thing.
Yeah, you don't think so. You tell me exactly what your issues are, and I'll play the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, and we'll get it. We'll get it there. I bet you I can get it there. Here, name me a drug company you're mad at. I can do it in one step.
It's literally all of them. So
name the legislation you're upset with. I can find the guy behind it. I can get it in one step.
I mean, this bit is not working. We get it. Yeah, the Jews have a lot of sway and things.
No, but the subtext is, hey, come on, buddy.
Yep.
We're doing a show here.
Yeah, come on. Let's get back to the
goal.
funny.
Remember the goal?
Be edgy. Yeah. Well, it's funny you bring up the goal because that comes back up right now. Aaron's like, fun is fun, but we got to talk about racing funny over here, obviously. And look at Johnny's face when he brings it right back to the goal.
Hey, I have an idea. After that, hey, by the way, and scene. The Prestige. Oh, the best performers in the business. Knock out that 150 for us, and that'll make this a lot more comfortable. Huh?
Johnny's just like, oh, really? Yeah. We're just going back to how we got to knock out the 150. Yeah.
Comfortable, you say.
And Aaron tries to play it off like, yeah, that was a bit we did. That's a bad bit then. It wasn't very good. You guys were on the same page with that one.
Oh, you planned that, didn't you?
Yeah, I hope not. So this is Johnny leaves again. Now, the first time that we watched Johnny cry on this show, he cried like 6 times. Mm-hmm. But he was sitting next to Aaron and he can't walk. So Aaron's just like, buck up. All right. So anyway, do you guys see this thing in the news? And the guy's just sitting there blubbering. Now at least he's at home and he can turn off his webcam and leave. So he does that.
Yeah, I don't know where it switched to that. But again, with the voting thing and just everything else, I don't know. I got to go.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. You come back tomorrow then. Do you think you'll be on at 2:00 today? We can plug that.
I don't know.
All right. Well, take it easy, and if you need anything, get in touch.
Yeah. Does this podcast provide health care?
Right. I need benefits.
Right.
No shit.
He's pressing the crying man for details. So 2, is that good?
I guess Doink the Clown has to fight the Big Show.
I'll be there, I promise.
All right, Johnny, you got to go. So I guess I'll prorate you for today. I'm clocking you at 2.5 hours. That's
yeah.
I mean, I'm giving you an extra 10 minutes. I want to go though. That's the kind of guy I am. Like honestly, I'm not even like Johnny shouldn't be on the internet if he's gonna get blubbery like this. Mm-hmm. But the guy is going through a lot of shit. Being in a wheelchair when that could have been avoided, I understand why he's emotional about that. And Aaron's just not reading this at all. And the way he's treating him is not making it any better. But then he gets a text from Johnny, and Aaron, being the big man that he is, decides that he's going to let the viewers and the chatters off the hook for Johnny being so emotional and upset.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's too bad. Yeah, I just want to say to you, with the text I just got, I just want to say to you guys, too, you didn't do anything wrong either.
What a callous asshole.
You guys didn't cause that.
Yeah, we know.
That's just, look, life is tough. You know, people who deal with diseases like that.
Yeah. No, everyone is aware of that except for you, Aaron.
Yeah.
But thank you for telling us that. Do you think that text was just like, tell the super chatters we're cool with them? Like, what do you think that text said? And he translates it to, all right, you guys are off the hook there. Don't worry about it.
I don't think there was a text.
It's all good. Yeah, that's
I was
very
probably
possible.
like, I hope the audience isn't mad at me.
Yeah.
And they're not, but Aaron has to turn it into some kind of slight against Johnny for walking off the show.
Well, this part is the craziest of all because you see the comment that's up there right now. Now, this is Aaron putting this up on the screen. Give Johnny the rest of the cash that comes in. They're $150 from the goal. And he had to put that up because this is a money donation. And let's see how Aaron responds to that.
I feel bad saying, guys, we only have a half hour left and $150 left in the goal. Let's see if we can knock that out and do some overtime. Mr. Pay Pallington says, give Johnny the rest of the cash that comes in. Well, I'll tell you what, we cover our nut, as Kevin says. If we go over that 150 today, yes, everything over the goal today will go towards Johnny. So,
Man, what a piece of shit.
That's wild. I can't believe, and by the way, Pay Pallington is a kind of a funny name. I'll give him that. That's crazy that Aaron just wouldn't be like, yeah, man, that's actually a great plan. And see what happens. You might make hundreds of dollars from that. But Aaron can't stop himself. Well, guys, we got to get our nut first. And then maybe friendship second. But first is Rumble Rads, PayPal, Venmo.
We got to keep the lights on here at Casa de Toe.
You would think that he would just try to do a nice thing for his friend. It also would go a long way with the audience and the show.
I was going to say, even to just look good, even if he doesn't feel it.
Yeah, probably would make him look good, and then it might get long-term benefits.
That's not his strong suit.
No, definitely not. So fast forward to this morning show. Johnny is back. And by the way, I should say Johnny did a show that I watched where he talked about why he was so upset. It was exactly what we were all reading there. That this is just like piling up. He's getting very emotional about it, and it came out.
And you watched
He's upset.
that, you say.
I did.
Well, he's had plenty of time to think about this, 10 years, as he said.
Yeah.
But it takes someone like Aaron to make you that emotional, I think.
Yeah. To just be like, dude, I thought we were friends, and you don't give a fuck.
It's not about voting.
It's not about voting, man. I don't know what you're talking about. So here's the new rule. This is joining this morning about 3 hours and 53 minutes into the program. No. Yeah. 3 hours. Even saying it sounds crazy. 3 hours and 53 minutes into his show, he explains that he's not allowed to beg for money until the last 5 minutes. And Aaron's this weird dude. It's not OCD, but it's something similar to that. It's a childish thing where he creates rules for himself. It's like don't step on the lava kind of rules, or don't walk on the cracks of the sidewalk. He creates these rules in his head.
Basketball.
Yeah,
Just
right.
like making it up on the spot.
Yeah, and then he's like, well, that's the rule now. So this is
only choke once per evening. Remember that one, okay?
This is weird.
Everybody else was. All right, $55 away from today. All right, we got 1 minute and 15 seconds until I can beg again. So here's what we've got coming up for overtime. We can do we got a little Bill Maher that we can go over.
Okay.
We got the Laken Riley trial. The girl
he
who
starts
was killed by an
teasing some
illegal
stuff.
man is going.
Well, actually, I feel about being the second.
Airlines, we know more about a little bit of Trump. Oh, yeah, Trump giving tough.
Right.
We get under $50 and we knock out today's goal. I'm going to sit here. I got 20 seconds. I can't beg. So I'm going to sit. I'm going to obey the rules.
Isn't that great? I'm going to obey the rules, the thing that you just made up this week. Okay.
Setting the table for begging is almost as bad, though.
Well, especially when that clock gets to 5 minutes, he's staring at it. When it gets to 5 minutes, the carnival barker comes out. He's like, all right, Aaron's back, baby. Watch this. It's a transformation.
Sit here.
He's like,
I'm going to say, wonderful show. You guys have been fantastic. It's been a good one today.
oh, what are the
Dare
chances?
I say a great one?
Wow, what are the chances
and
of
thank
that?
you very much for your support. Now, we're looking to knock out the final $50. All right, let's do it. $55 away from today's goal. Put 5 minutes on the clock, and let's see if we can all rally up and knock out the rest of this thing. The links are in the chat. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Rumble Rants, YouTube Super Chats, gifted memberships. Only $55 away from knocking it out today. Thank you guys very much. Click one of those links. Throw in $5 or $10 or $2. I think once we get down to 20, I think we should do it like $1 and $2 at a time.
That's funny. That's a good idea.
This is giving me Jerry Lewis telethon. He's even got a handicap guy next to him. He's like, just dig deep and
sweating.
Yeah. And so this is the worst version of Jerry Lewis, but let's.
So wait, is this money going towards MS research then? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean,
is it going to fund some programs? Or
I'll read a pamphlet.
Nope, this money is just going for him to play golf and enjoy nice dinners. I want you guys to key on this. People who are listening will just have to believe me. During the chat on this on YouTube, you see on the right hand side, I'm leaving that up because Aaron is the Steel Toe Morning Show, that yellow line. And on that, he's constantly reminding people how much money he needs. So you can see right there, $55 for 30 minutes of overtime, and then the links to things to give him money. Watch how often that shows up, as if people don't see it and don't hear him saying what he needs them to do.
It'll be fun. Let's go ahead and throw that money in and see if we can bang it out. Thank you guys very much for your support, both past, present, and future.
Both? Those are three things.
Someone texting in, imagine this. How would have Carlin handled the 2024 election? Carlin was kind of a nihilist. Carlin was kind of just black-pilled on everybody. So I think...
Yeah, in fact, he was saying if you voted in the election, you participated in the process, you don't get to choose, whereas I didn't vote, so I could complain about these people all day long. I didn't pick any of these fuckers.
Right, that was always Carlin's thing, so I don't...
He'd be on my side, bitches. Ha-ha.
Right. Carlin would have backed up Johnny, and then Johnny... If Carlin was still alive, Johnny would have finished the show yesterday.
Jesus.
That's the deal. All right, guys, $55 away. We got 3.5 minutes to go.
He still doesn't get it. He wasn't crying because people were making fun of him for not voting. Now, there was a time he was crying because Murr said he wasn't funny. That I'm still really much enjoyed. But this is something very different.
Let's see if we can knock out that last $55 and do some overtime. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Let's go. And let's hammer out the last little chunk. You guys have done an amazing job today. You've kept the begging at bay, which I love. I appreciate that so much. Now, we just asked for that last little push to rally us up, to either get us under 50 so we can shut the fuck up a little longer and do your overtime for you, or knock out the whole 55 and call it another win for the toe. And
some options we got
call
there
it for the day.
We can give him some money or some more money.
Let's see what we've got here. We got $5 from Ryan the Garbage Man. He says Letterman and Norm Macdonald together were priceless. They were very good. All right, $50.
He just keeps posting that. Now it's down to 50. He has to post it in there again.
50 away from today's goal. And we've got 2.5 minutes left to go. And we're right on that borderline there. Thank you, Ryan the Garbage Man, for kicking off the final rally of the day. Even 50 away, 5 and 10 at a time. We'll knock it out in no time.
Right.
Thank you guys very much.
He's so
2 minutes and 20 seconds left to
Look at
go. All the links are in the chat.
Fucking 3-inch
Helgi
belly
says,
button.
I'll give you a push.
I know. That's sure
Very
not
distracted by his sweat-wicking golf shirt. Where you can see how deep his belly button is. Ugh.
That thing where he's like contorting his arms up here. He's like, ugh, he hates this. His body is fighting him on this thing. He dreads doing this.
Push off Jay Leno's cliff. Hey, wait a minute.
Ba-dum-bum.
That's not.
He just keeps posting that in the
That's
chat.
not very kind. Keep her going, boys and girls. 2-minute warning. $50 away. Throw us a couple of dollars and let's nail this thing.
Keep it going. Let's go. What's happening? There's no rally.
Unfortunately, I have no.
Honestly, I'll admit.
Go ahead.
I refuse to watch this. I don't know if it's worth it. Like, if he gets the money and they go into overtime, does it become fantastic content?
No.
Or it's just him reading a headline?
It's worse than that. because what happens is if they're within 50, he'll do 30 minutes on credit, which means he continues to beg for the other 50 or however much is owed. I'm going to show you a little bit of that. Yeah, so it's basically get me down to $50 and then you can watch me beg for another 30 minutes. Now, for guys like me, I love the begging part. So I'm fine with that. I'd rather watch him beg than watch him talk about whatever Trump did yesterday. I don't care about his take on that.
Yeah, I know. There's no clip of him killing it on the show. I've never seen that. I've never seen him being hilarious and somebody saying, oh, this was possibly the best show ever.
No,
you never see that.
All
clip.
the clip shows that clip Aaron, they clip this part.
Yeah.
They clip him begging. They clip him embarrassing himself. They clip him lying. It's never like, he's got a pretty good take on this Trump appointment. You know, I'm actually, no one's talking about Matt Gaetz the way that Aaron Imholte's talking about it. You never hear that.
A couple of dollars and let's nail this thing. Whew. Just kind of waiting.
Honestly, I'll admit I didn't see it going this way at the end there. I thought we were cruising.
I've been a little arrogant. I think honestly, I was like, dude, $50, that's fucking nothing for this audience. So
He puts the Aaron in arrogant.
I was just kind of
like, we're going to fucking nail that. I thought we were just going to move through.
I was waiting patiently. MSO says everything after the goal goes to Johnny. No, that was the deal yesterday, and you guys told him to go fuck himself.
Which is fair. I didn't vote.
He didn't. He did not vote. All right, guys, we got a minute and a half. We're $50 away. We've at least got to get $5.
Leg is up now.
So we can get under
Is that a
50
first?
to do
He's
the
so
last
uncomfortable.
overtime on credit. Holy shit. Were we $60 away to start the rally?
55.
Or were we 50? We were 55
Yep.
away
Yeah, you've made $5 since then.
to start the rally.
You've been begging for 4 minutes. You made $5.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's not going well.
$50 away. 1 minute left. This is really, holy shit, dude. Nothing. Streamlabs, Venmo, PayPal, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Dig Bix with $5.
All
Holy
right.
fuck. He goes, hey, bruv, do yins accept fake donos? Here's one just in case.
Oh, really
my
funny
God,
stuff,
thank
Dig
you.
Bix.
At least you kept us alive for another half hour. Holy shit.
All right, they're
But
within
guys,
50 now.
$45 away. That 5 goes a long way. Let's knock out the rest of it.
Does it?
Everybody reach in, grab a $5. Let's call it another win for the toe. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds on the clock to knock
Keeps
this out.
refreshing
$1
Venmo.
from Coltrane.
Thank you, Coach.
A gifted membership from Vance. Thank you very much. That puts us $40
Nice.
away from today's goal. 20
All right.
seconds left to go.
Can we do it?
All right,
Where's that
$40
fake text?
away. We got 10 seconds of begging left, and then we got an extra half hour to try and knock it out.
of
9,
begging, right.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Oh, shit, I got to get my donation. Like, he thinks people are panicking. Ah! Buzzer beater.
$40 away from today. That's so it's a catch-22. No begging today,
Right.
No, what?
but now we got to beg you during overtime.
How is that a catch-22?
How was that no begging?
I know. So, yeah, it's ridiculous. Can you believe that? It's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah, your show sucks.
Either way.
Nothing to do with anything. It's just people don't want to pay you money every day for you to do your stupid morning show. But it's how morning shows work.
You pointed out the yellow lines in the chat here. I didn't.
Yeah.
I never looked at the chat.
Right.
He's putting so much energy and charisma into this. Imagine him with a real job.
Imagine it was a sales job.
Yeah.
He'd be on those phones fucking calling back half an hour later. Now, do you want to buy it? You want to buy it now?
This is peanuts.
Yeah, just put a counter of 4 hours counting down to 0
Yep.
and another counter counting up of how much money is going. And that's just your show. You don't even have to be there if this is what your show is.
Yep.
I'm listening.
This is it. You've cracked the formula.
No fucking reason to watch this.
To get that last 40 knocked out. All right, this is what we're going to do. 40, we're going to try and knock it out with small donations the rest of the way. All right? So we're going to go with the literal take. $40, $4.99 from Trucker 18-wheeler. That knocks $3.50.
Fred ears?
Dude, this is hilarious. So it's $40, $4.99 donation. That's $3.50 net. So listen to this. This is a first. I don't think I've ever heard this before.
Off of the goal. That means we are $36.50 away.
We're down to pennies now. $36.50. Again, imagine we had a real job. We had to worry about 50 cents.
From today. Vadam with $5. That's on Rumble. We take 4 of that.
Okay.
So we're $32.50 away from today's goal. Again, I think we can knock that out.
You can't make it
with
up.
$5 and under. Crowder wears panties with $5. He just simply writes cum farts.
That's hilarious.
We take $4
Johnny likes
out
that.
of that. $28.50.
Johnny likes that. He's like, oh my gosh, cum fart. That's like when there's cum in the butt and then the butt farts. That's really funny stuff. And do you know what you just said, Aaron?
Away from today's goal. This is what we're going to do. We're going to finally get this thing $5 and under. The last 40, 50 bucks. We're finally going to pull this off. Every time we do this, some asshole has to come in and ruin it.
We're not going to have that happen this time.
It's not going to happen.
Get it, just everybody with a little bit.
They've already got it down to $28.50. Again, $1 at a time, $5 at a time, everything under that to knock out that $28.
We need to get that Steel Toe merch store up because I just realized boxers that say cum farts on the back would be awesome.
Yes.
Really,
good stuff, Johnny.
I'm excited for when Leighton Broadcasting talks to me again and says, hey, what have you guys been up to? We're trying to bring you in. And I go, hey, have you checked out our cum farts boxers?
So Leighton Broadcasting is the company trying to get a morning show with again.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, man, that's going to be a little too edgy for AM radio. Our cum farts boxers.
But he phrased it as tries to get in touch with me again.
Yeah, that was interesting, right? It's not like they have constant communication about start dates and salaries.
I thought it was a done deal.
Yeah, you would think so, but apparently I don't think it is. In fact, I don't think he'll ever be back on the radio. I just want to fast forward real quick because this number gets ridiculous. I have to point this out.
That's 140. So that puts us $27.10 away.
$27.10.
I want to see him miss the goal by 10 cents.
Well, it's a failure. We failed today. Go ahead and round that one off, Aaron. No one's going to call you out on that one. $27.10.
Who are these podcasts?